Welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where in this video we are going to take a look at the Lepow 15-inch portable monitor. This thing is pretty cool. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Gary here from Rock Solid Productions, and before we get started, I just want to take a second and say thank you for stopping by and checking out what we have going on here today. I really do appreciate it. It does mean a lot to me and to the channel. If you like what you see here, I invite you to check out some of our other videos that we have. We are over 500 videos now on the channel at this point in time. And if you really like what you see, do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification, and let me know if you are working on your own computer at home, on the road. Do you use one monitor or two? Just kind of a silly question, kind of curious. So the folks over at Lepow sent us this here. This is their portable LCD monitor. We're going to unbox it here in a second. But before we do, I just want to take a second and invite you to go and check out my friend John Riggs' video on this monitor. He looked at it and used his Nintendo 64 using an Eon Gaming Super 64. And he had a lot of really great insight on this monitor. We're going to go in a little bit of a different direction, but thanks to John, he's the one that made me aware of this, and I was able to reach out to Lepow, and they did provide us with this monitor for review here. So thank you to Lepow, and thank you to John. And again, if you haven't done so, if you're subscribed to me, you got to be subscribed to John Riggs. His stuff is awesome. But what the Lepow portable monitor is designed is not only to be just a monitor, as it were, but allow you to take your Switch, or your Xbox or your PS4 and travel with it and have a portable way for you to set it up on a table, on a desktop or something like that, and be able to play on the go without having to just look at the screen on the Switch, or in the case of the Xbox or the PS4, to hook it up to like a hotel TV or something along those lines, and sometimes you can't even do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this out of the box, we're going to unbox, we're going to check it out, see how it comes out of the box with everything. We're going to test it out with a couple of different systems, and one of the things I want to do too is I want to test it out with the Brook Gaming Power Bay, because one of the cool things about this guy is you can actually use it with a Samsung phone and use it as a Samsung DeX dock. I'm hoping everything works. We're going to try it out here, and let's hit the bench and check this out. I am really excited to take a look at this thing. Let's go. So here we have the box on the bench. It did come with a plastic overlay on it. I've already pulled that off. Take a looking at the back here. Now, I called it a 15-inch display. It's actually 15.6 inches on the back. You can see here. It is they call it 15.6-inch Type-C portable display. It does have the HDMI notification on there. USB Type-C. 8.5 millimeter jack, that is for headphones. Above and beyond that, nothing else really on the box, so let's open her up. Nice hunk of foam here on the top to protect the display during shipping. Oh, looks like screen protector is included, so that's very cool too. So very nice, has a warranty card in there. 3 years and 6 months warranty. Activate your warranty now. Good to see that they are supporting it. Let's see, also in here, Lepow monitor accessories. Let's see what we have for options. Not included is a monitor, there's two different monitor stands that they do have available for this. USB-C cable included. A power brick is also included. Let's check what we are at for the specs on this. So output on this is 5 volt, 2000 milliamp, which is 2 amp. Curious to see if this can be powered by like an external battery pack or the switch dock itself, but it is just a standard 110 in and then 5 volt out. And then we have the monitor itself right here, and it's kind of got that styrofoam kind of padded envelope. We're going to just pop it that way, and there's a few more items in here. So this guy was underneath the plastic insert in their patch installation cleaning kit. I wonder if this is for, yeah, this is for the screen protector. So this is what you would utilize to install the screen protector. We have I always get confused if it's mini or micro HDMI. I'm sure that the manual itself will tell us, but we do have our, or is this USB-C to USB-C? Oh, this is USB-C to USB-C. So you can connect like cell phones or other USB accessory or USB-C type accessories to the monitor. And this is standard HDMI on that end to, I forget if that's mini or micro, I think that's mini HDMI. Again, the manual itself will say here in a second. Speaking of which, let's look at the manual for a moment. Package includes the monitor itself. It is mini HDMI. You can use with a power supply, USB-C to C, and then a USB-C to USB-A for power. You can also do mini HDMI to HDMI depending on your computer. My laptop actually has an HDMI output on it. You can also do mini HDMI A to C to provide your connections there too. And then there's talking about the phone, other devices. What's nice, it walks you through the Windows settings to actually either duplicate your display or to extend your display. And then you can also rotate your display if you want it to be in portrait or landscape mode. Has your on-screen display functions that walks through, so you've got brightness, contrast, black level, sharpness that you can all adjust in there. Eco mode, I don't know what DCR is. Contains 6 modes, standard, game, movie, text. Oh, so it does have a game mode, so that's good to note in there. And then aspect ratio, you can do either 4:3 or 16:9. So say you're playing an NES Classic Edition or an HDMI mounted NES, you utilize this on there. Language options and more. And then there are different information in here for the stand itself. So a couple things I wanted to point out here is right here you can see it is a 1920 by 1080 resolution. It is an IPS panel type, 15.6 inches. But the biggest thing I wanted to point out here too is the refresh rate is 60 hertz. It is not a 120 hertz system. So if you're using the Switch, I think that's not going to be an issue. But with like a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X, you can't do 120 frames per second. For most people, I don't think that's going to be a huge game breaker on this. But what does the monitor look like? That's, I'm sure, what you are wondering. We're going to extrude it here. And it does have, like iPads have type covers and Microsoft Surface, the Galaxy devices all have this type of cover. It is magnetic, and the magnets are, there's 3 of them. There's one here, one here, one here that keeps it adhered to the back. On one side here you have your speaker, USB-C. There's a rocker, I think that's the volume, I think that's the power. On the face of it, nothing. And on this side you have your headphone jack, USB-C, and then your HDMI along with another speaker. So that's how you can stand it up there if you would like. And you can see my reflection here on the screen. Mr. Riggs, my friend, I'm disappointed I did not get to see you do this in your video. Oh yeah. Decent thickness bezels. It's not an infinity display by any stretch of the imagination, but again, for what you are paying for and what you're getting, I wouldn't expect that. We are going to go ahead at this point, we're going to turn off all of our lights and we're going to try a couple of different items with this just to kind of see how it works. So we're shooting a little bit, you know, old style guerrilla mode here, but we have our Brook power bay here. I have the HDMI cable connected on that side going around to the back of the system. That's the HDMI cable, and I have power actually coming off of the Brook power bay itself, and I am using an OEM Nintendo power supply here. I hate the fact that you guys see the wall back there, but it is what it is. Let's see. Did it power it on automatically? Well, look at that. I'm going to turn down the volume. So this rocker acts as your volume control, which is surprisingly good. We're going to go through some of the menu options here real quick. Here on the screen you can see you can switch from HDMI or USB-C. That's where you can switch that back and forth. And the scroll selector on the right hand side of the monitor that can either scroll up or down, or you can push it in as well to make a selection. Turn up the brightness a little bit. Just the contrast. I'm going to raise the blacks too. Okay, the power button will take you back to the previous one. Eco mode. I always turn that off if I have the option. This does have the game mode there. Aspect ratio. There's the 4:3 mode or widescreen. Now this is the switch online, and it compensates for widescreen versus 4:3, so I'm going to leave it actually in wide at this point. Color temperature, warm, cool, or user. On-screen display, you can adjust the timer and the transparency, so you can make it more transparent. Yep, there you go. So you can kind of see what's going on behind it. I actually like the 50%, and then you can do a language selection as well. Well, I like the 50% for what I'll use on a day in and day out basis. For what I'm showing here, I'm not going to use any transparency. And then there's the reset, mute, and then the volume adjustment. And then, oh, it actually also even has an HDR mode. So check that out. That's HDR at 2084. That's auto and then off. So we're going to just set it to auto. So, and there you can see the resolution down here too is 720 by 486. And then again, you can adjust the brightness. We're back to the beginning. So how does it play? We're going to grab our Pro controller here and play some games. So one of the games that is just a good telltale of if you have introduced lag and latency is Punch-Out. So let's go to Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. There we go. Definitely kind of a soft color palette, I'll say that. Hopefully you guys can see the button presses in here too. I'm trying to give you as clear of a look at the screen itself. Pretty much, I hit a button, it does something. And there I fumbled, you saw I fumbled around trying just to hit the start button to use my super. There we go. Finished off Glass Joe. Felt fine. Really didn't have any issue with it there. Let's go to the home screen. You guys have seen me test out a ton of Horizon Chase Turbo lately. Just a great game and something that you really need to have very good reaction time to be able to play and play well. Now I'm sitting off to the side. I am not looking dead on to the screen and it looks just fine. In fact, I'm going to kind of show you guys the viewing angle on here. So I mean, you can see at almost 90 degrees to the camera, you still have good color reproduction, a good view of what's going on. I'm actually going to sit back a little bit here and play this, where we've been playing a lot of the tournaments. And I've actually been going through and making sure that, or not the tournaments, it is the campaigns. And then doing the world tour, and then trying to make sure that I've got gold on everything. So here, like Older Than Time is that guy there. I think I have a second or third place finish. We're gonna go for first. Look at that sexy beast right there. Oop, got a good jump there. Oof. Wow, came to a complete stop. You know, these later levels definitely get twisty and turny. 4 laps on this track. Oh, I missed the turbo. Yeah, I'm not seeing any screen tearing or anything objectionable going on here. Wow. Trying to go through those corners way too fast and I missed the fuel. There, I actually let off the gas. Ooh, got a little bit more fuel there. Missed those coins. But at this point, I just want to get through, to first place. That's my goal here on these, is just to come in first and get the gold trophy, because if you get the gold trophy on an entire round, you actually unlock another car. So yeah, like I say, the gameplay feels really good. I'm digging this quite a bit. The colors are soft. I will say that right now, the colors are definitely soft. I'm actually okay with the sound replication too, so I mean that's definitely a good thing. You know, a lot of times you get really kind of weak speakers on something like this, but no, this is actually doing quite a decent job. I don't find the audio objectionable at all. Again, considering that it is more of a monitor than a television. There's no tuner built into it or anything along those lines. Up to third. I don't know that we're going to do it on this one. Oh, too much crashy. More motor, much crash. Yeah, that was just a lap car. That wasn't for position, unfortunately. So came home third in that one. Overall decent. I'm liking what it's doing so far, at least for gaming. Now let's check it out for some computer work. So I have my Logitech wireless keyboard set up. I do have the receiver here in the Brook Gaming dock, and I'm going to just put in, this is my Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. So here you can see it is connected now as a DeX dock. Now one thing I did forget to do is plug in my dongle for my mouse, which will go right there. So, and for this, I am actually powering the monitor off of the included power supply. I'm gonna not show this again. And you can kind of see me over here with the trackball, the mouse on screen. And this feels almost like a laptop, quite honestly, but it's being powered by my phone. I know I've shown DeX in the past. Let's go, so we'll actually just go to Amazon. We'll check out the actual product page for this monitor that you see right here. Bam, there you have it. I mean, it is a regular laptop display at this point in time. We're gonna minimize that. Let's take a look here at Instagram, and we'll go full screen and restart it. You know, what I had posted earlier on today, you know, looks good. I'm liking this quite a bit. You know, there's overall just the Instagram feed. If you guys have not given me a follow there, go ahead and do that. Have some cool stuff that goes on over there. Let's go to Netflix. Launch some DS9 real quick. So let's say that you're on the road with this and you need to type something up. You just launch Google Docs and you can go and start a new document, create a new document. And now we are typing on the Lepow 15.6 inch monitor. Works pretty well with that. I mean, overall, very useful indeed. Now, one final thing I want to check out with this is I'm going to bring my laptop into this. I want to see how this works as a second monitor. So here you can see I've got the Lepow monitor on the left, my monitor on the right. You can see the difference in the display where this is more washed out than what that is. So that is important to note. I'm going to go in here. We are going to change the eco to text. And then we're going to go back here to HDR mode is auto. So there's that. Now, one thing that I will find this useful for is I actually take my laptop with me to work. And I edit videos during my lunch hour. That's how I get stuff done. So for me, where I find, or I can see myself finding this useful, is having dual display setup. So I'm going to go into display settings and go down here to multiple displays, duplicate. I want to extend these displays. So we're going to do that. So now I have to scroll right to get it. Don't worry, we're gonna fix this. So over here we're going to keep our changes. And now I'm going to scroll back to the top and I'm going to move monitor 2 to the left. Apply, and now you can see I can scroll from here on this screen. We're going to grab that window, we're going to drop it over there. So where I can find this being really useful for me is having, you know, my stuff that I'm editing over here and having the source stuff over here, or like having Photoshop on this side and my editing suite on here. So now, it does not scale it down to this monitor, so you'll have to do that manually. Scroll down, there's my timeline and everything. And now what I can do on my actual laptop screen itself is I can open my working file, and let's take a look at Video Games Monthly for July, because I think that's what that is. So I can go ahead and drag and drop stuff on my timeline here as I see fit, and it will allow me to have more working space as I'm going through and editing a video. I don't see this replacing a standard desktop monitor, but that's not what it's designed for either. This is designed for maximum portability and ease of use, and it does a decent job at that. Let's wrap things up. So there you have it, our look at the Lepow 15.6 inch portable monitor. What do I think about it? Well, portability is awesome on this. This thing is a very convenient size. One of the things that's really cool about this right now is the fact that this monitor is powered by this external battery pack for my Nintendo Switch. The fact that it does work with my phone as a deck stock is really convenient, and the fact that I can use it as a second monitor on my personal laptop as well. So if I'm working on stuff at my job over my lunch hour, I can set this up next to my monitor and have two monitors to be able to work more efficiently. So that's all the things that pretty much rock about this. Also, for the size, the speakers do not sound horrible at all. Reaction time, also pretty good. No real lag or latency, as you guys saw as I was playing Horizon Chase Turbo in here and Punch Out. What could be improved on it? This thing has got big bezels, first and foremost. I mean, let's talk about that. The bezels are thick on here. Also, this is not a desktop monitor replacement. At almost $200, you are paying for portability. I'm sure that this would work, you know, like you saw with the deck stock that was able to use Netflix. I'm sure Chromecast and Roku's and things like that would also work with this. So, and I've got my wireless controller here. You can see we're going through, and this is actually the PAL version that is playing through just fine. So we will go to Quacker Jack's stage real quick. It's responsive. It does exactly what it should when it should. I do like the fact that they not only include, you know, all the cables that you need and everything, but you can also utilize like micro Mini HDMI adapters. So quite honestly, what came with the RetroTink, the original RetroTink, you can actually use a mini to mini and go straight into this with no adapters needed. Now, having a standard size HDMI, that would have been better, but the fact that you can output video via USB-C is a good thing on here. Overall, I do wish it was a little bit less expensive and that the colors were a little bit deeper and richer, but those are about my only two kind of critiques on this. At $200, you're getting a lot of monitor here. It is robust, and the main thing, again, it's portable, which is really cool. But these are just my opinions. Let me know what you think down below in the comments section. And like I mentioned at the top of this video here, I'm kind of curious, on your computer that you use on a day in and day out basis, one monitor or two? Leave that down in the comments section. You can also go ahead and email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can hit me up on Twitter at RockSolidStudios. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions and Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video too, I learned about this from my good friend John Riggs. Make sure you go ahead and give him, you know, a view, a watch, a like, a subscribe. Now, if you do want to help support the future of Rock Solid Productions and do things like get early access to our videos and access to exclusive content, there's a couple different ways you can do that. First and foremost, head on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you get early access to all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. We also have channel memberships now here up on YouTube for as little as $1.99 a month. You can help support the future of Rock Solid Productions. You get access to different little badges and whatnot here on the channel when you do post comments, when we live stream and you are in the chat. You kind of get flagged that way as well. Thank you for those of you who do support us over on Patreon and as channel members. You can also head on over to our Teespring store on screen right now, where we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more, all featuring the Rock Solid Productions logo on a different retro style cartridge. Now, if you are looking for additional retro accessories like a RetroTink, like carrying cases for your Nintendo Switch, like replacement controllers for modern and retro systems, head on over to CastlemaniaGames.com. And the cool thing over there is he has a feature called Castle Cash, where the more you spend, the more you earn towards future purchases. And the nice thing, Castle Cash, it's just like cash. So if you have $20 in Castle Cash, you have $20 to spend in the castle. You can also use promo code ROCKSOLID10 to save 10% off of most items on the website. Now, if you are looking to pick up one of these monitors for yourself, I will have a link down below in a pinned post to where you can pick these guys up. And we're not done with Lepow either. We have some of their batteries here that we'll be testing out in a future video designed. I'm actually going to be spending some time with my Xbox One. Shocking, I know, but we're going to check it out too. And we do, again, we'll have that affiliate link down below. Unfortunately, there's no discount or anything associated with it when you do order through that, but it's another one of those things, if you order using that link, it does help the future of the channel. And again, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you like what you see here, if you want to see more, do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. That way you are kept up to date with every new video we have coming out here on the channel. Again, thank you so much for sending this to me. Riggs, thanks for doing a video on this as well. That kind of piqued my curiosity and interest on this too. This is a really neat toy gadget gizmo that I'll be taking with me to conventions too. I mean, it'll be a whole lot easier for me to play on this and actually do some work with my laptop attached to this versus having to worry about, well, do I have a TV in the room that I can connect my HDMI to, or even if I'm at a convention and want to do some work on the floor, I can do it there. I am Gary, this has been Rock Solid Productions and our look at the Lepow 15.6-inch HD monitor for portable gaming, for your computers, and a whole lot more. I thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon.